Welcome everyone to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is episode 55. And in this one, we are in Revenant's Toll. We are in the most likely the northern courtyard. But anyway, we are continuing with the preparations to rescue Minfili and the others. Now, we have just gotten some upgraded gear because as last time, our Lancer was level 44 and our Warrior was level 45. Now, our Warrior is still level 45, almost level 46. I did do some grinding on there, but we're going to stick with our Lancer because there's going to be some features coming up that I want to do with the Lancer, but I'm not going to say what just yet because that's in the future. But anyway, off screen. We ground the Lancer up to level 47, and then we did 2 times through the optional dungeon, the Aurum Vale that you can accept the quest from Nedrick Ironheart back in Vesper Bay at level 45. But right now, we need to speak with the companion to. We need to speak to Glemma's companion, as we need to get uniforms to look the part of Imperial Guard. And we previously learned these Imperial Salute. I don't know if it should show up in the socials here. Let me see here. Salute. Yeah, Imperial Salute. See, and that's what the Imperials use. Yeah. Imperial Salute versus the Storm Salute for Limsa Lamensa. Anyway, not going to show it too much in front of Glam because he's liable to get into a fight with us. But anyway, yeah, dressed for conquest with Sark. You will call Lightbringer Kasmeer, yes? I have heard of your plight from my friend Glamots. As a fellow adventurer and son of Eorzea both, I would offer you my assistance. In order to infiltrate Castum Sentry, you and your comrades must disguise yourselves as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniforms and helms. There are places a man might purchase them, but individuals who deal in such wares are not the sort to whom you would entrust your secrets. It would be far more prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means from the bodies of their recently deceased owners. The fortified area before Castum Sentry never lacks for Imperial patrols. It ought not to take long to obtain 3 sets of gear. One for each member of the infiltration team, Biggs, Wedge, and yourself. When you have what you need, please return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. Basically, simple enough. We need to go to the fort. We need to go out that door there, and then go to this area here, right outside Castum Sentry, and convince 3 guards to abscond with their uniforms. So again, the people with the meteor icon over their heads, those are our targets. So without further ado, let's get our first one. There's our first. You over there. Okay, so unfortunately, I thought it was just kill 3 Imperials, but not necessarily. We need to obtain 3 helms, and we need to obtain uniforms. I'm guessing the drops are either depending on who we attack or just random. So we still need to continue here. Okay, so we got the 3 homes. Now we just need. Okay, yeah, because you see, those other 2 are no longer targeted, so we need to kill these guys for the uniforms. There's a guy right out there. You there. Your tribunus reeks of elderberries. All right, now that we have everything we need, let's go back to Mordona. Okay. Now we can speak to Sarek. Or Sark. Were you able to obtain 3 sets of Imperial equipment? Damage. As I had suspected, in their present condition, I fear these uniforms and helms are to draw suspicion. They must be repaired, if only superficially. Fortunately, the blacksmith Ingolf at the Diamond Forge in Rowena's House of Splendors should be able to hammer them into shape in no time. I've already sent word ahead, and have been assured that he is expecting you. Worry not. We have already impressed upon him the need for utmost secrecy as to the nature of your mission. Now, if you're a crafter and you are keeping up with your levels, level 50 is, I think, the max for Realm Reborn, and then it goes, the next DLCs, it goes higher and higher, but you'll become familiar with this, with Rowena in very short order. So you're the adventurer Sark Malark sent, are ye? I've been waiting for ye. Now let's see what you got for me. Ah, I see, yes. I reckon I can hammer these back into shape for ye. After all, I owe your friend Sark Monarch a favor or two. Took good care of old Ingolf back in the days before I fell in with old Warina, he did. Did you know he's the son of one of the wealthiest families in the Sultanate? Wouldn't expect someone like that to end up in the life he did, but I suppose he always felt the venturer's life call on him. But here I go, blabbering on when there's work to be done. Just hold ye horse birds for a moment or two, and the great Ingolf will have ye gear looking as good as new. And there we have it. Won't do you much good in battle, mind ye, but from what I hear, it's not your priority anyhow. Do send Sarkbalek my regards, will ye? If ye had the uniforms and helms repaired. Yes, these will serve beautifully. The great Ingolf never fails to impress. The quality of these repairs would fool even a legatus. Thus equipped, you should not have any trouble blending in amongst the Imperial forces. Lest you fear the Garleans might detect your foreigners in the fact formed the greater part of Garlean invasion force in Eorzea. You see, when the Empire subjugates new territory, it assimilates the people of that land into its armed forces. In turn, those conscripted forces are sent to subjugate faraway lands. In this way, Garlemald nips rebellion in the bud and expands its territory in one fell stroke. With that, my part in your mission is done. I am full glad to have been of assistance to your cause. Or would I, a wealthy merchant, wish to help you? I know not where you heard such a tale, but believe me when I say that I am but another humble adventurer, who desires only to act in the best interests of the realm. Okay. We have to go back to Glamet now. Fool me twice. Good work getting them Imperial duds. You'll be pleased to hear I ain't been idle myself. It took me long enough, but I finally hatched a plan to get us a suit of Magitek armor. Now, from what I've seen, Chasm Sentry deploys a Reaper for most of its patrols. Trouble is, the patrols themselves are irregular, meaning random routes and random deployments, and hardly any of them come anywhere near Revenant's toll. So, hoping to coax the Imperials out of their shells, I took the liberty of feeding a bit of the old false intelligence. Told them insurgents had designs on their stronghold. Tain't far from the truth now I come to think of it. Any road, we should start seeing more patrols than we have up till now. What you need to do is approach one of these patrols dressed up in your shiny tin suit and alert them to the enemy presence. Having done that, you want to lure them as near to Revenant's toll as you can. Like as not, though, they'll be wary of venturing far from their own walls. If they do need a bit of extra encouragement, use this smoke signal here, filched fresh from an Imperial scout. They'll come running when they see that, and when the cavalry arrives, you hit them with it hard and make off with the Reaper. Simple as that. If I ain't mistaken, there's a patrol sweeping the perimeter right now, so run along and don't forget to salute. Okay, so I think we need to... So instead of directly talking to the guy, you want to go to emotes, target the guy, and use the Imperial Salute, and this is his reaction. Carry on, soldier. Insurgents gathering to the east, you say? Judging by your description, they're well beyond the perimeter, but I would not have said it when I was remiss. You return to the scene and keep an eye on those insurgents. Should aught go awry, use your smoke signal to call us. Okay. So now you go back to our predetermined point and give them the signal that we can abscond. They can borrow their Reaper. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. We are doing it from up here. And since we're having this decoration here, it's going to be instant, so... let's just redo our gear here. And in we go. Hope you don't mind my joining, seeing as we're seizing advanced weaponry. I thought it best to be on hand. Ah, there she is. This is the place, but where is the enemy? Sir, over there. Send in the Reaper. Let's make an example of those insurgents. So Sid wants us to pull down the foot soldiers before we go for the Reaper. Now we need to bring the Reaper down. Okay. At last, our very own suit of Magitek armor. Not wishing to look a gift chocobo in the beak, it does seem rather worse for wear, doesn't it? Biggs, Wedge, what is your honest assessment? Well, the fact that she's smoking, of course. But looking past that, I'd say she was structurally sound. I don't like the way these legs are buckled. I hate to say this, but the servo mechanism may be damaged. Yeah? But aren't those things protected by elm-thick armor plate? They are, yes. It's odd. The casing doesn't seem to have taken a blow. I suspect we're dealing with a faulty part. Well, whatever it is we're dealing with, we're not resting until it's fixed. Not one wink of sleep. You got that, Wedge? No, the cart chocobo. I heard that. A hall has been set aside for our use of Revenant's Toll. That's where we'll carry out the repairs. Look for us there, Lightbringer. The Magitek armor? Sid and the others took it inside. Go ahead and join them. We've now had time to take a closer look at the Reaper. Our preliminary diagnosis was correct. She's structurally sound, but her servonet mechanisms are faulty. You needn't worry, though. Biggs and Wedge will see her restored to her former glory in no time at all. Give those two something to mend, and they will think of naught else till the job's done. 'Tis a marvelous thing to behold. Provided you remind them to visit the privy. I think we have time for one more. The repairs are proceeding. This is every little thing she does is Magitek. The repairs are proceeding apace. It shouldn't be long now before Biggs and Wedge complete their work. There is, however, one small problem. As you may recall, the Machina's servo mechanism was discovered to be faulty. Wedge has subsequently ascertained that the Magitek core, which drives it, is worn beyond use. Such cores are rather fragile devices which must be replaced at regular intervals. Thanks to the negligence of our Imperial colleagues, however, the one used in this Reaper was long overdue. Alas, we do not have access to a ready replacement here in Mordona, but all is not lost. Wedge thinks he may have identified an alternative solution. Go see him. Would you? He'll explain the details to you. As I believe the chief has already informed you, the Magitek corn is worn beyond use. We need to find a replacement. I thought about having you appropriate more Reapers, but even if the Dunderhead maintenance engineers of Kasmeer Century had remembered to replace their cores, we would risk rousing the Imperial suspicion. But do not despair, for I believe there is a solution. To substitute the Magitek core with a mammoth heart. Mammoth heart. In case you don't know, a mammoth heart can be used to grant sentience to an automation. By my reckoning, a device should be more than capable of regulating the armor's super mechanism. We'll just need to make some minor modifications to the housing unit. I have already placed an order for a first-rate mammoth heart with the Goldsmith Guild. All that remains is for someone to go to Ul'dah and collect it. Oh, and pay for it. And, did I mention how much they cost? No? Well, they're typically cost someone an order of, I hope. You don't mind footing the bill. It's for a good cause. Hello there. Come to collect the mammoth heart, you say? Then you must be here on behalf of Garland Ironworks. I've taken the liberty of picking the finest example we have. A heart fit for a prince among mammoths. Payment? Oh, that won't be necessary. The heart is for Master Alphnaud's personal use, after all. He notified us a short while ago that his servant would be coming for it. Tender in years, though he may be, Master Alphnaud has been a benefactor of ours since my predecessor's time. The Goldsmith Guild would dream of charging him. But here it is the mammoth heart. May it serve you well. Oh, and please do pass up my compliments to your master. Kind of glad that she doesn't necessarily recognize us, even though because we are a member of the guild. Speak of Southbourne. Want to go in? I need saying, but try not to be seen. Do you have the mammoth heart? I can't wait to see if it works. Hurrah! Thank you so much. But this is magnificent. It must have cost an emperor's ransom. Free of charge, courtesy of Alphnaud? Coming from an influential family certainly has its advantages. But without further ado, let's give it a try. I have already modified the housing unit, so it should slot right in. There. She's ready. Magitek armor engage. Or not. She just sees a loving tap, I'll wager. She's alive! She's alive! Let's take her outside and put her through her paces, Lightbringer. Would you care to do the honors? Hop into the pilot's seat. She will begin as soon as you're ready. First, I'd like you to try climbing that tangle of crystal yonder, far up as you can, if you go, please. Oh, and if for some reason you need to dismount, simply come back here and we'll start again. Okay. This basically operates just like any mount. No anomalous movements evident from either leg? Good. Next, jump back down and then sprint north. Quick as you can. Leg jumps absorbing the impact without incident? Excellent. Please make your way back, Lightbringer. The torso remains stable during vigorous motion. Excellent. And that concludes our test. Thank you for your cooperation. Here's a summary of my findings. The drivetrain is in sound condition. With some fine-tuning, we can expect a noticeable improvement in performance. As for the servo mechanism, I'm afraid it's not nearly as responsive as it should be. I'm at a loss to explain why. The mammoth heart is in pristine condition and should be installed correctly. Perhaps its inner workings are simply too different to operate harmoniously with the armor's other mechanisms. Whereas Magitek cores serve only to conduct impulses, mammoth hearts enable automata to process the information collected by their sensors as feelings? Maybe she just doesn't feel like part of the team? In which case, we should do our best to make her feel welcome. Okay, so target the Reaper and do /welcome. Click. Looks like I have another little incident here. Daft as it felt, I gave it my best. I've welcomed myself to a bloody standstill. What were you expecting it to do anyway? Bobbidus curtsy? No doubt you're wondering why the servo mechanism is so important as to warrant this silliness. Without it, the pilot would be required to control the armor's every movement manually. This would be an onerous task at the best of times and wholly impractical during battle. Using a mammoth heart in place of the worn Magitek core seemed a promising solution. Alas, the device does not appear to be compatible with Guardian technology. Wedge, are there no other ways we might demonstrate our appreciation to our friend here? I'm at my wit's end, Chief. She just doesn't seem convinced. We could try a little dance, perhaps, cheer our heads off. Imperials, they've come for the armor. Damn it, they have us cornered. There's the Reaper. Taken by that traitor Garland. And is that the Icon Slayer? Oh, bollocks. Call for reinforcements. The hells you will. We've located a stolen Reaper, requesting immediate resistance. Respond! Respond! There's no use, sir. There's some sort of interference. Curse you, Garland. No matter if we can't reclaim it, destroy it. Bloody hells, Lightbringer. Protect the armor at all costs. There's that. Chief, looked. She moved. Ah, now she designs to grace us with her presence. It took us a good while, but we're finally ready. It's time to infiltrate Chasm's Sentry and rescue our comrades. There, the finishing touch. The servo mechanism is now fully functional. All it took was a simple fight to the death. Remind me not to install Mammoth Heart aboard the Enterprise, would you? Much as I love her, I would rather not be required to profess it before boarding. But enough of that. Let us see our final preparations. Thanks to Biggs and Wedge, the Reaper is good as new. We're as prepared as we're like to get. And that's going to do it for today's episode. Now, this episode may have gone a bit long, but we are now ready to basically perform our heist of Chasm's Sentry and rescue our captured friends, Menvelia, Urianger, Papalimo, and the others. So, and that will be next episode. So, follow along as we basically infiltrate the castrum and we get the Scions back in order. But until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.